Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles and cousins, of course, and nanas and papas, or if you prefer, grandmothers and grandfathers, and baseball fans everywhere, welcome to this edition of the Valley Baseball League video podcast. Hello, everyone. My name is Graham Knight. I've been here religiously since April 11th, trying to keep the spirit of the Valley League alive, even though COVID is trying to shut us down. And every night I've come to you with podcasts. I'll introduce you to the crew because you know I haven't done this by myself. If you don't believe me, go back to our podcast series, the Rewind 37, and that Monday podcast and meet the crew. We've had an amazing crew. But tonight is a really magical night for me because tonight is my favorite game of the 2019 season. I was absolutely in awe. I was in the stands when this game took place, and I was completely in awe watching the teams on the field. And at the end of the game, I told the Stanton Brave coach, I said, that's one of the most heroic games I've seen played. But, you know, you can't trust me to tell you about that. So I got the crew here. Everybody say hi to Aaron, John, and Jordan. So, Aaron, set the stage for us. This is game 2, Charlottesville, Stanton. Set the stage and let everybody know where we are in the South. We just wrapped up the North Division.
Okay, so last night, Strasburg defeated Woodstock 11-10. It was a great game. It was a walk-off, bottom of the ninth. Very, very fun game. Tonight, we have extra baseball, as we mentioned earlier, and it is the second game in the South Division series finale. Last game, Braves won 3-1 over the Tom Sox. And so now they are up 1-0. If they win tonight, then they'll take the series. And I don't know, Graham teased it a little bit. He said that he saw a lot of heart out of the Braves tonight. But this one was definitely interesting, and it might not go the way that you think that it should or it does. You know, the Braves only had 10 available players. They were able to rally. They only had 10 of those 10 players. 5 of them were pitchers, which makes things really difficult if you're trying to field a baseball team. Plenty of people to throw, but, you know, fielding is a little bit different. And then, you know, some pitchers aren't that good batting. So lots of factors set up for this one. And I will just throw out a name because I interviewed him earlier this season. Sam Crawford does take the mound for a little bit for Charlottesville, does a really good job. A name that we will have come up again later. But yeah, so lots to look forward to in this one, lots of excitement. Again, if the Braves win, then they take it.
Yeah, if the Braves win, then they take it. So, and they were not the top seed going into the playoffs.
No, they came into this game as the number 4 seed, 19-23 on the regular season. So not a terrible record there, but they just had that big upset over Waynesboro, swept them 2-0. So they've kind of just been on a roll in the playoffs.
Yeah, and you mentioned it a little bit last time, the check factor. Jordan, what should people be watching for? And don't forget to touch on the check factor.
Or lack thereof. The check factor tonight, Graham, honestly, I don't know if we have one because Andrew Check's not here anymore. This is a completely different ball club, as Aaron brought up, and half the roster is made up of pitchers. And, you know, that only makes the game more incredible when both teams have 13 hits apiece in this ball game. So even though half your team is made up of guys who they might not even know what a baseball bat is. You know, they know what it looks like, but they've never actually held one. But there's 13 hits still from both of these teams tonight. There's actually 26 total if you do 13 but 13. There's 16 runs in this game as well. So this is another one of those Valley nights where it's great that John called this the summer of the hitter, because it's another night where clearly that's the case. And I want to go ahead and give the player spotlight, shout out, whatever you want to call it. There's 2 guys in particular, one from each team. And we talked about Thomas Francisco so many times this season, and he shined once again tonight for Charlottesville. Tonight going 3 for 3, a pair of doubles, 4 runs on the evening, which you said this was a magical night, Graham. Every run truly counted in this ball game. So bringing 4 home is pretty clutch in a game like this and an evening like this. His batting average, by the way, on the season, not bad, 476 right now, which is pretty amazing. But the player that really caught my eye in this game, and I'm so grateful that Aaron brought this up, is when you look at the team makeup right now for the Staunton Braves, I want to go out and look at Jaili Paredes in this ball game, and this is unbelievable. This was only his third game batting of the season. He pitched 8 games previously in the year. It's his third game at the plate. He goes 3 for 5. He hits 2 home runs in this baseball game. That's insane. It is insane. I wanted to find a different word, something maybe a little more professional, but I can't think of anything other than that to describe it. I have never heard of a pitcher, maybe Zach Greinke, but a pitcher that has only gone, and this is his third time, period, batting all season, to pull that off. Yeah, Graham, you touched on this earlier. This was a game full of heart. This was one of the best games that I got the chance to take a look at, too. I wasn't there personally like you and John got to be, but looking at the footage, looking at the makeup of this game and just the outcome, this was a fun one. And fans, if you haven't seen this game yet, you're really going to have a blast tonight.
Yeah, well, see, now you know why I got excited about this particular game. John, what have we missed, or what? I can't remember. I think you were at this game as well, weren't you? Yeah, talk to me. What stands out in your mind?
Oh, this game was so much fun. Really, to me, Paredes stands out the most. And by the way, not only did he play for Staunton last summer, but he's in the Valley again this summer. He's playing for Stewart's Draft in the Rockingham County Baseball League. And Stewart's Draft is in the playoffs right now, and I saw that Paredes started that game just last night, I believe. So he's in the Valley again. But his home runs were so much fun. On the first one, he had a huge grin on his face when he came across home plate. I think you could see it from downtown Staunton. Right before he hit the second one, a fan yelled at him and said, "Why don't you hit another one?" And he did. And it was so much fun, too. And while I don't really root for specific teams to win games, I look at it more like a journalist. I and Joe Deck, actually, Joe was with me as well this night. We so badly wanted Paredes to hit a third one. We just thought that would be the best story of the entire year if he would have been able to do that. So we were rooting for him personally in his last couple of bats. It didn't happen, but the game is well worth your time.
Yeah, well worth your time. All right, well, we are going to wrap this one up. As we've done all season, I want to thank Jordan, Aaron, and John. So great to have you, John, joining us as we wrap up the season. We're going to do what we've always done, is wish you all one thing we haven't. We hope you enjoy this game. We also want to wish you all a speedy return to the baseball diamond and, of course, perfect health. We'll see you tomorrow night where we'll talk a little bit more about this game and preview the rest of the games as we lead into the championships. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow night.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to John Moxey Memorial Stadium and Game 2 of the Valley Baseball League Southern Division Playoffs.
A .344 hitter in the playoffs. He taps this back to Celata, who's off the mound, tries to barehand it, and it'll be a base hit. He's 2-0 with a .298 ERA. And there's a line drive back up the middle, and it's going to be a base hit into center field. Not a good two-strike pitch from Celata as it catches too much of the plate. 2-2 the count to him. And here's the pitch from Celata. It'll be looped in right field for a base hit. It'll get down. It'll be fielded by Paredes, charging toward the line. Now rounding third and scoring will be Cayman Richardson. Now here's a throw to the plate. And it'll be cut off by Tyler James. 1-0 to Harwood. Grounded to shortstop. Brooklyn playing short charges, and there'll be no play as he fielded it in the hole and couldn't come up throwing. McDyer and Harwood both with RBI. Now here's a line drive, left center field. Going to be trouble. It's back at the wall, and it hits off the wall, and it's going to stay in play. Now here's the throw to third. It's 1 run scores, and being tagged out is Dan Harwood at third base for out number 2. And that's just how it goes. Here's the 2-2. Runner goes. Going to be tapped to Celata back on the mound. He'll make the play and toss over to first base, and in time to Tanner James for out number 3. So finally, the top of the first inning ends, but not before the Tom Sox score 3 runs. Inning, striking out 2 and walking 1. 2-0 going to be looped to right field. Could be trouble. Ramon Garza, the second baseman, makes a basket catch over his shoulder for out number 1. 2-2 to Flood will be taken for a called strike 3. on the outside corner. Flood didn't like it. It's a decent pitch from Carmichael, maybe a bit outside, but he gets the call for a called strike 3 to end the bottom of the first inning. So no runs for the Braves on 1 hit. They trail 3-0 after 1 complete inning of play at Moxie Stadium. A fastball that was well outside and didn't give Greenfield much to think about. 2-2 swing and a miss for strike 3. Much quicker than the 3-run first inning. Here's the 0-2. It's going to be fly to left field, hit pretty well down the line. Flood chasing, can't make the play, and it rolls all the way to the wall as he loses his hat, chases the ball to the fence, and rounding second, heading to third base is Francisco. And here's the throw to third. He's going to be out. Logan Flood went and retrieved the ball in the corner, hit Kent Rooklyn, the cutoff man, who then hit Tyler Blom at third base, who applied the tag to the leg of Thomas Francisco for out number 3, inning number 2 for the Braves. Going to line this one to right center for a base hit. So a leadoff single for Tyler Blom. It's going to be retrieved by Richardson and tossed back to the infield before Blom can go any further than first base. 3 balls, 1 strike. Pitch comes inside and misses for ball 4. So good job from Callaway Sigler to force a walk. Puts 2 on with nobody out for Tanner James, the first baseman tonight for the Braves. Braves now with 2 on and 1 out. Here's Haile Paredes, another pitcher. He cranks this one to right center. Could be trouble. It's going to get all the way to the wall. And a home run, a 3-run home run from Haile Paredes. Can you believe it? And we are tied. Well, Haile Paredes rounds the bases in his home run trot, thumps his chest a couple times, and gets high fives from all his teammates. First pitch to Jacob will be swung at and lined to center field it pretty well, but Giacomazzi has it lined up and makes the play while drifting toward the wall for out number 3. Here's the windup from Celata. Swing and a miss for strike 3, tag applied by Jacob Selden as Hlinka did not break out of the box toward first base in the drop third strike. 1-2 from Celata, swung out and missed, strike 3. 2 straight Ks that Celata hangs to end the inning. He's now up to 5 in just 3 innings of work. As we head to the bottom half of the third inning, we are tied at 3 apiece in Staunton. Here's the 1-1. It's going to be popped up in the air to left field. Going back is Harwood, but he'll have a play. He extends the arm to Giacomazzi in center, saying, "I got it," and he does for out number 1. Good eye from Sigler, so it's now 2-2. Here's the pitch. He's going to pop it up. It's going to stay on the infield. Could be trouble. Charging is Francisco from first base, and he takes it himself for out number 3. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Fedgie Johnson. Here's the pitch from Celata. It'll be looped. It's going to be a base hit into right center field. It was just hit perfectly over the head of the second baseman, Tyler Dunn. So 2 outs now. Here's Cal Greenfield, the catcher. Greenfield swings and nubs the first pitch to Celata, who comes off the mound, gets it, flips underhand to first, in time to Tanner James for out number 3. 1-1 going to be tapped to first base. Francisco has it. He'll take it himself to the bag in time for out number 1 at the bottom of the 4th inning. RBI single from Fedgie Johnson. He's going to be roped to left field. It's going to get down and all the way to the wall. Rounding second, heading to third is Francisco. Now he will be held at third by the third base coach, and advancing to second base is McDyer with a 1-out double. Hlinka with a great second half to the season for the Tom Sox. Here's the 2-1. He's going to line this back up the middle. Dunn fields his position at second and makes the play over to first base in time for out number 2. However, a run does score. It's now 4-3 Tom Sox. This will be tapped to Rooklyn at short. He fields it on 2 bounces, makes the strong throw over to first base, and James gloves it for out number 3. One of the biggest pitches of the game. Here it is. Sigler takes strike 3 called. I'm not sure what he was looking for there, but it was definitely not what Dillard just threw. First pitch to Paredes. He'll swing and line it down the first base side, but right into the glove of Thomas Francisco, who takes it himself to the bag in time for out number 3. 1-2 to Fedgy Johnson. Comes inside and drills him in the shoulder area. He jumps up and appears no worse for the wear. Here's the pitch. It's going to be swung at and missed for strike 3 from Giacomazzi for out number 1 in the inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on. Runner goes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Greenfield goes down swinging, and Celata strikes out the side as one of 8 base runners the Braves have stranded tonight. This will be lined to left center field. Will it get down? Yes, it will, and all the way to the wall. Rounding first and heading to second is Ken Rooklid. He'll take a bit of a turnaround second, but just after taking 1 step toward third, will go right back to the second base bag. One of the biggest pitches of the game upcoming. Here it is, the 3-2. Celata will take ball 4 just outside. His second walk tonight. He has now reached base all 4 times as the Braves starting pitcher. They are down to 10 players if you haven't heard already. 1-2 cranked, right center field, could be trouble. Back at the wall, and it is gone! A 3-run bomb from Jacob Selden. He pumps his fist as he rounds first base. 6-4, the Braves lead it. Rooklid touches the plate. Following him is Reid Celata, the starting pitcher, who scores the go-ahead run. And now Jacob Selden crosses the plate, points to the fans who are cheering him on, giving up 3 hits. It's going to be lined back to the middle, but it's caught on 1 bounce, barehanded by Garza, who flips underhand to Fedgy Johnson, covering second in time for an eventful out number 3. So the inning comes to an end, but not before the Braves take the lead for the first time tonight, a 3-run home run. Hopefully everyone stays healthy. First pitch to Cayman Richardson, bounce back to the mound. Coming off of it is Snyder. He can't make the play. Selden now makes the play, but it's not going to be gloved by James at first base. 3-2 pitch. Here we go again. Going to be taken high and away for ball 4. Best case scenario for the Braves. This will be cranked to left center field. Could be trouble. Chasing his flood. He'll let it drop and field it on 1 bounce. Now rounding third base, now being held, will be Thomas Francisco. So the bases are now loaded for the Tom Sox. 3-2 pitch will be taken high for ball 4, and it's now 6-5. So they've walked in a run, have the Braves. So that's RBI number 2 for Harwood tonight. 5 for 14. Here's the 3-2 to him. It'll be taken high for ball 4, and we are tied. So Tristan Snyder has come into this ballgame, walked in 2 runs, is now 6-6. 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Going to be tapped to third base. Charging his Blom. He'll cut the run down at the plate for 1. Now Selden to first base. Not in time. It goes into right field. And at least 1 run will score for the Tom Sox. And coming in to score, the go-ahead run is Dan Harwood, and the Tom Sox lead 7-6. 1-1 fly pretty well to left field. Logan Flood back on it. He has it lined up, and he will make the play for out number 3. So the inning ends, but not before 3 runs scored. 2 on bases loaded walks from Tristan Snyder. And the third are an error from Jacob Selden. 1-2 to Paredes with 1 out. Here's the pitch from Crawford. Going to be swung at and hit very well to left field. Does it have enough? Back toward the wall, and it is gone! Haile Paredes, a solo home run, his second of the game. It ties it. You cannot make this up. Another home run from Haile Paredes, his second of the game, his 4th RBI tonight, and we are tied at 7 in the 7th inning. He is fired up as he crosses home plate. His teammates are for him as well. Crawford looking for a big pitch. Here's the 3-2. Rooklid grounds it to short. Fedgy Johnson gloves it. Taps the mitt twice with the ball. Throws over to first base. And just staying on the bag is Francisco for out number 3. 1-2. Going to be swung at and missed by Richardson as he could not bunt anymore with 2 strikes. So James gets Richardson swinging for out number 1 in the top of the 8th inning. To Thomas Francisco, it's going to be taken high and away for ball 4. So a 1-out walk drawn by Francisco. He's on first with his 3rd walk tonight. He's now reached base all 5 times at the plate. Here's the 1-1 from James. Here's a ground ball to second. Rooklyn up with it. He'll throw it at Dunn, covering for out number 1. Dunn fires to first in time to Blom for out number 2. A double play, 6-4-3 gets the Braves out of it, and we are still tied at 7, 2-2. And here it comes from Crawford. It's going to be taken for a called strike 3. And that pitch had some serious movement. Here's the 2-0 from Crawford. Flood will nub it over the head of the shortstop, Fedgy Johnson, into left field for a 2-out base hit. There's the first hit of the night for Flood. He's on first. He goes. Now they're going to have him picked off. Throw to second by Francisco. Now they have him in a rundown. Fedgy Johnson chasing him back to first. Francisco chasing him towards second. Now the throw to Garza. Garza chasing him down. He throws to the pitcher, Crawford, who finally applies the tag for out number 3. Two swing and a miss, strike 3. Good pitch from James. He locates the high and away fastball very well. Not what the Braves would like here, down to just 9 active players in the game right now. Here's the 3-2, going to be taken high for ball 4. He's no longer with them, I suppose. 1-0 going to be popped up. It'll stay on the infield. Celata has it. He drifts into fair territory and makes the catch for out number 3 while giving all the Braves players a heart attack. Here's the 2-0. Blom will break the bat and nub it to the shortstop Garza, the second baseman Garza, who catches it on the fly for out number 1. It was a broken bat, although hardly. Just a splinter came off the bat, but you could hear it most definitely. Sigler on first. Here's the pitch. Swing and miss for strike 3. Brady is visibly upset with himself as he strands Sigler on first to end regulation. 9 innings have come and gone. We are still tied. We had the top of the 10th inning tied at 7 apiece at Monster Stadium. Got him in trouble early in the season some. Here's the 1-2, going to be lined to right center field. Could be trouble. Chasing a Sigler. He'll make a sliding catch. No, it's going to get by him and go all the way to the wall. And I'm running first and heading to second. There's Francisco, and a throw to second base will be cut off. Goes on a bases-loaded walk back in inning number 7. Here's the 2-0. Going to be hit to left field. Going to be trouble. It's going to get down into the corner. I'm rounding third, and heading home is Francisco. Throw to second. And sliding in safely is McDyer with an RBI double. And the Tom Sox have an 8-7 lead in the 10th inning in Staunton. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Once again, 1 out. Here's the payoff pitch to Harwood. Going to be well outside for ball 4, and they're loaded. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. It's inside, ball 4, and it's 9-7. Tom Sox lead.
What are you wanting to do?
So Fedgy Johnson's 3rd RBI tonight. 1 on each base and 2 outs. Runners go. Here's the pitch. A swing and a miss. Strike 3. Would have been ball 4. But Garza swung through the high heater for out number 3. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Dunn swings and misses. Strike 3. 1 out, no by error. Here's Kent Rooklyn, the leadoff man. Rooklyn squares to bunt, gets 1 down. Crawford comes off the mound, fields his position, and fires to first base in time for out number 2. It's not the worst thing in the world to lose here. 0-2 pitch swung at and missed. Strike 3, and that's the ball game. So the Tom Sox in a must-win game, Game 2 of the South Divisional Championship Series. They come to Staunton and take it 9-7. The final line scored 9 runs on 13. No errors for the Tom Sox. 7 runs, 13 hits, and 3 errors for the Braves.